What's up, guys? Welcome to Locker Room Logic, episode 13. I am your host, Matt Kane.
And I'm your co-host Charles Cannon. Like you
Yes,
said,
sir.
what's up? Welcome back, episode 13. You know, you know what
We
time it
we
is.
got a
March
we
Madness
got a good
time.
one. We got a good
It's
one
been a
for y'all.
crazy weekend.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
Matt, start off by breaking it down. Come on.
So that first round, very interesting, very energetic. I gotta touch on the Cinderellas because High Point was one of those teams. They beat Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
My boy Ron Martin is the real deal. 5'10" guard. He
Mm-hmm.
was cooking. He was also cooking in the second round too, but in Wisconsin, he was cooking. He looked like George Hill out there.
Yeah.
It,
I'm
it looked like George Hill.
I'm not gonna lie. I see what you mean because I was watching a little bit of that High Point game. I ain't really watched too much, but based off freaking what's his name again?
Ron Martin.
Ron Martin.
Yeah,
Ron Martin. Yup. Boom. Yeah, based off what I saw, because like I said, barely paid attention to that game, but it did look like I went back and watched a few highlights. I'm not gonna lie, I see what you mean by the
yeah,
George
bro. Nah,
Hill,
George Hill,
maybe
bro.
like a little bit of Darren Williams,
Yeah,
like
bro.
this
Yeah,
the
he was
short,
cooking.
hyperactive guard that can really
Exactly.
just go and get a bucket.
5'10", 190, get into that rack.
The next IT, no, let
Hell,
me
nah, I
stop.
want him in the league,
Nah,
but you know that's not gonna happen. High Point
yeah.
also had Cam Fletcher, which he was a top rated star coming out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
Calipari recruited him to Kentucky. He bounced around in the portal. He went to Florida State. Now he's at High Point, mid major. So he contributed to High Point this season. So I like High Point. I was very high on them. I thought they was gonna win and go to the Sweet 16, but you know some things just don't go that way. But Ron Martin, bro,
Ron Martin.
he on the map.
I'm not gonna lie. One thing I could definitely say about college, it definitely gets me a little reminiscent because since there's
Exactly.
so many different types of dudes who are in college, and you don't see those prototypes in the NBA no more.
Exactly.
It gets you reminiscing, and it gets you like, dang, why is the league getting rid of these players? Like this is
Exactly,
all
bro.
fun to watch, but
Actually, and I saw on TikTok a video of a dude who said something like watching March Madness and college basketball gets him he gets mad because players can't beat a 2-3 defense or 3-2 and all these defenses.
mhm.
And I was just like, this dude don't know ball because if those defenses are ran correctly, you can't stop them.
Nah,
So
you're right. That's why they brought it to the NBA, and that's why like teams
exactly.
like the Bulls, yeah, they still won back in the day, but
Yeah,
that's what the 2-3 is a zone where
exactly.
people is a defense people use to guard teams like
Exactly.
that.
And that's why I like March Madness and college basketball because you see all the elements of basketball.
Hmm.
And you definitely see it with Ron Martin. So but you got your BYU, Texas.
All right, I don't even know what to say. I could just like based off that game, like BYU, yeah, it was obvious BYU wasn't going nowhere because just off that game alone, I feel like they didn't the system that they ran
Mm,
wasn't consistent. It wasn't good enough to keep up with to the point where it got to the point where they were just giving AJ the ball
mm-hmm.
and they were like, "Go do you," which it was exciting to watch, in a way because it does show his versatility in scoring and I can see why he's an argument for the number one pick.
Mm,
But in my opinion, AJ,
nah.
just like most of his team, has a very inconsistent smart taking smart shots. I would say
Yeah.
because like they shot terrible from three. I'm not sure if you saw
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
bro they made four threes as a team and they attempted like 20. They attempted 22.
Yeah, that's
Like
crazy.
bro,
I
and
will
then
say their best 3-point shooter was out.
yeah, they're
He was out. Like their number two guy.
the number two guy.
He was out for that game, but still, if you break down like BYU this season, like AJ DeManza, top rated coming out of high school.
Hmm.
They give him he could have went anywhere. He could have went anywhere. He chose BYU for more money,
Hmm.
not a problem. But it wasn't the best basketball decision, I would say, because you're going there for more money with lesser guys around you,
Yeah,
to say the least.
yeah.
So I feel like he shouldn't go to the NBA draft because that Texas game, like it wasn't. anything to be proud of. Like it's unfinished
So
business.
that's
Pretty much it. Just that game wasn't nothing to be proud of in terms of
no,
AJ to sell
yeah, I see what
AJ.
you mean because personally, if I'm like one AJ, you're 18, 19. You're still a young dude. You just finished your 1 year of college, and in my opinion, I definitely say come back another year because unfinished business, getting bounced in the first round. That's how I wouldn't want to go out of college.
Exactly,
Like
bro.
I would want to be like, all right, let's see what we can do next year.
Exactly.
If and then hey, if y'all don't make it far next year, then boom, dip. I say like work on use next year to like work on your skills more, work on that shot, work on
Yeah.
because he's a good like he's good like he has the potential to be a good scorer, solid rebounder, but it does get to the point where his mentality is questionable.
Yeah.
Like you said, he went to BYU for more money, but it's like
When
in
you
it,
could have went to Kansas, like Iowa, all these other schools, Illinois, like you could have went anywhere for less money. And
yeah.
you go to BYU, all boys, I might add, all boys. So you ain't partying. So you not partying. You were 10th in the conference in your conference. Still make it to the first round and you
Hmm.
get bounced. Like
Yeah.
they they didn't have a good season.
Yeah.
So
And he was saying someone asked him like what were the plans or whatever, and he was like, mom's decision. But it's like, all right, if it's mom's decision, mom should have you stay. Because I feel
exactly,
like if you're only going to the league just to show off like your scoring ability, you're just gonna be another Gilbert Arenas, in my opinion.
basically, yeah.
Like a good scorer on a bad franchise that
That gets bounced in the
gets
first round of the
bounced
playoffs.
or that just doesn't make the playoffs at all.
Exactly,
Like you don't
exactly.
want to be that dude. Because look at Gilbert. I respect Gilbert, but like
That nigga, bro.
he he is goofy, and when you compare him to the most winningest players,
Yeah, bro, that nigga. But
um.
yeah. So
But Texas, but the look on Texas side, they did pretty good. Um, I can't pronounce his last name. I really cannot.
I'm not gonna lie, it looks bad for me.
I'm gonna just call him
I think I
Mattis.
know you talking
Yeah,
about. Yeah,
the tall sophomore center.
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, he was in the middle, killing him.
yeah. He
That was
was.
another
He
thing.
was.
Texas, the
They had
system,
size.
they had size. The system was efficient. It flowed well. They were able to get their big man the ball. He was dominating, in my opinion. BYU couldn't stop that. They
Hmm.
had a hard time containing what's his name? Freaking Trayvon Mark. I seen him. He was able to get to the rack a good amount of times.
Yeah,
His shot wasn't bad. And then there was this other dude that actually had a good pick and roll game with the center Dalen Swain. I don't know how to
yeah,
pronounce none of these
yeah, bro.
names.
So that's the thing with college though. They're getting people say like the talent pool is getting better in terms of college basketball because of NIL and stuff like that. But it goes back to like the talent is coming from overseas.
Hmm.
So that's another conversation for another day. But it looks bad for the Bands and BYU because Texas was in the first four, so they didn't even get a seed
Yeah.
before the first round. They had to play to get in. So that's another reason why it's like, okay, you kind of should have won that game. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me. We gonna get into them a little bit later too.
Yeah, but
So
they couldn't protect the paint, and
they
that's what
couldn't.
happened,
Yeah,
bro.
they couldn't.
Next up is VCU versus. Actually, you got anything? Cause I'm about to
So yeah, I didn't really care about the VCU North
North Carolina
Carolina.
game.
I did St. Louis versus Georgia was a better game for me. Cause like I said, like the Cinderella teams this year, they're saying Cinderellas are dead, but these mid-major teams, I've been following all year because they've been playing good, and just because their conference is not as stacked as other teams, they they still like played to have a good record.
Hmm.
So my boy Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he was killing down low. White Chamberlain out there.
White Chamberlain,
He
bro.
in the second round where they lost to Michigan. Who they play second round? I think it was Michigan. But they lost in the second round. Yeah, it was Michigan. Um they lost in the second round, but
Which
he
school again?
huh,
Which school again?
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
But yeah, so first round with UGA, he was going off. He was down low in the post.
Oh, okay.
He was killing them, bro. Like when I mean killing them. He has an outside shot too. and the
Yeah,
only
Michigan. Yep.
yeah. So he has an outside shot, so that's why I really think they beat UGA. And then that second round when they came against Michigan, Michigan is very fast, very long, and very tall. So they had Michigan rotated like three big men on them that were faster than him, right? So that kind of put him in foul trouble because he
Mm.
didn't really know what to do and stuff like that. So that was really their downfall. But it was fun to watch. It was very fun to watch.
So I definitely think. I mean, I ain't watch it, so I can't even get my opinion on that.
Yeah,
It
I
was
seen
I'm
it.
not. It was too. I'm not, first round was it sucked in terms of trying to watch a game
Yeah,
because
well, it
like
was during the day too.
yeah,
St.
it was
Louis will
all
always
day,
play during the
12. It
day,
was 12 hours. There was at least 3 games on at once. It was hard to catch each
and I
game.
was
I'm not
following
gonna lie.
all of it. I was following
Were you watching every single game?
every single
Every single
minute by minute,
you're lying.
brick
I
by
know
brick,
for a fact there were
brick.
some teams you were like I don't.
Bro, we
Did
were
did
we
you
were.
willingly watch? Did you watch that? Did you watch BYU? I know you did.
Yes, I did. That
You
was
did.
the prime time game. I watched that,
You
bro.
did.
Brick by brick, I was
You watched.
watching that.
You watched that whole
We was
thing.
on spring break game.
Yeah.
We
I
was on
had other
spring
shit to
break.
do.
What'd you do?
A lot.
Exactly, exactly. I watching it brick by brick,
All
bro.
right. Then you the. That's why you the. That's why you the host and I'm the co-host.
Yeah, bro.
Um. But next is VCU versus North Carolina.
How'd
I'm
you
not gonna
feel?
lie. It was a good game. I'm not in terms. It was very scrappy. I would say like you don't get a lot of physicality in. Oh, you do, but you don't get a lot of physicality in college games. And because usually players if they get hurt, you know how they are. They I'm out.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
like
know
somebody.
this dude, this dude. But I definitely think VCU beating North Carolina was definitely a shock to everybody. But it was a close
Mm-hmm.
game, came down to the wire. It was only 82-78. But I definitely feel like this exposed. I feel like a lot of these games expose that these mid-major teams, like you said, are here. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're here to play. They aren't here to just let
Yeah,
let the bigger name destroy them because I
yeah.
know when and for certain people they get under the spotlight get too big,
They
especially
just
depending
shrivel up.
on who they're
Exactly.
um
And North Carolina just fired their head coach Hubert Davis yesterday.
oh yeah I
So
seen that and then freaking boom this is dude's name I'm trying to remember it Terrence Hill they've been making memes about him all
really,
weekend because the dude that rap was like my name is Terrence
yeah,
I,
yeah,
from
yeah.
VCU,
You're from VCU.
biology major from. I
Yo,
put
I
that.
thought
I'm
that was
about to
him.
put that.
I
No,
thought that
I
was
ain't know.
him.
I ain't think it was him
I
because I'm
thought that
like
was
that
him.
meme like 8 years, 10 years
Hey,
old. I'm
you
like
never know with
ain't no
NIL
way he
though,
been
bro.
in college this long.
You never know with
But Terrence
NIL,
Hill
bro.
Jr. sophomore off guard off the bench, bro. You saw what he was doing. He
Yeah, he
was
was cooking.
cooking,
He was
bro.
cooking, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm sitting here like they really cannot stop
They
him.
can, bro.
Like, bro, 34 points, shot 13 for 23 from the field, 7 for 10 from three. That's a boy with confidence.
7 from 10, bro.
That's a boy with confidence. It's
Somebody say
called put a
Curry.
hand up.
Somebody say Curry.
Put it. All
Nah,
right.
Steph. Seth.
It's not war down.
Not Ward.
But yeah. Shout out. Speaking of North Carolina, shout out to
Who?
Wardell Curry. Wardell
Ward?
Curry.
Why?
He got his jersey retired.
At North Carolina?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean
The
Dell
whole
Curry?
Wardell Curry. Yes, that's his name.
Call that nigga Dell.
But still, did
Wardell sound like a
he
nigga that work in finance.
all right, my bad. But yeah, he got his jersey retired
Yeah, I seen that. I
during.
seen that.
I'm pretty sure it was during this weekend too.
It
Actually,
was. It was.
so a lot of it wasn't a big night for North Carolina, but hey, at least Del Curry got his jersey retired.
Should be in the Hall of
But
Fame.
all right,
Yeah.
but North Carolina, they still had a good game. They shot 41% as a team. Shots was a little disappointing in terms of percentage wise, but hey, it's college. You don't expect nothing crazy.
Yeah.
3-point wise, they really couldn't do much besides what his name? Uh, yeah, Henry
I
Visar.
know. Yeah, I know
How
you
do you
talking about.
pronounce these names? Where are these, bro? Where are they pulling these names out, bro?
Bro, the transfer portal, bro.
And
I'm
Derek
telling you, that
Dixon.
shit deep,
Yeah,
bro.
so I could tell,
They
bro.
just they be pulling people, bro.
But Yeah, Derek Dixon, he had a good game as well. Turned from three. There were only two players, him and Vasari were the only ones that dropped only three threes. Everyone else was like kind of 1 for 2, 1 for 3.
Yeah,
One of them shot 0 for 4. Um, and then they also had a lot of bench players getting a lot of minutes. Jonathan Powell, another guard. He didn't really do much in terms of stats wise, but during that game, I feel like he definitely still had an impact in terms of making it close because when you're the bench guy, you get the most minutes. You're of course doing something in
yeah.
terms of making an impact. And speaking of bench players that was making an impact, no, not bench players that was making an impact. Dudes that were making an impact. We can move on to Big Dookie versus Sienna.
Your boy Cameron.
Cameron.
See Cameron.
Oh boy. But but Duke versus Siena. That was actually, I'm not gonna lie, I like that game. I'm not sure if you watched it, but I was in
Nah,
my
I
room
did.
watching it, and freaking what's his name? Doty, bro. He was going off. I'm not Gavin Doty. That man, he played like TJ McConnell. Like
Mm,
the way TJ played in the finals versus the Thunder. Like
mm.
it's like you couldn't game plan for him. It's like he was just that spark plug that could do anything.
Yeah.
He was getting steals, pass interceptions. He was going through the back door, coming off screens, popping that three. Like he wasn't shooting the best, but the boy had confidence, and I had confidence in him. Like
This
I thought,
put nigga said put
nah,
me in,
but
coach.
I'm not gonna lie, Sienna had a good game.
Well, you know,
Like
yeah,
I
they
really
did.
thought they were about to eliminate Duke
I
for a
thought they
second.
was too, bro. I thought they was too. Not gonna
Like
lie.
Duke, they played a little sloppy. Don't like Cam shots wasn't really falling.
Yeah.
Um, and also with his brother Caden. Nah, Caden shots were falling a little more. He had 19, 9 for 16
Mm,
off the bench. So like it was a solid game from both ends.
yeah.
Like I definitely think Duke. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Based off this roster, they only got 7 dudes playing. So
Yeah, Duke is they're just different.
and Sienna
They're
only had 6. What is with these small
yeah, bro.
who injured?
College is
Everybody
different, bro.
injured.
Yeah. My thing is Cam. He needs to be a little more aggressive because there was times in that game where he missed wide open shot or no, he didn't take wide open shots and yeah he he didn't he missed he didn't take a lot of wide open shots and he didn't find his own shot. You know what I'm saying?
No, I
So
get it.
he needs to be more aggressive.
Yeah.
But going into the second round, my favorite game that I watched, start from finish, was
Well,
St.
hold
John.
on. We just gonna skip over baby Kevin Love for a quick second.
Bro, I said we need to be more
Baby
aggressive.
Kevin Love.
I don't know why people saying he Kevin Love. I don't see it.
I see it, bro.
I don't see it. I
I
told you
see
what I
it.
see. Taj Gibson.
Mixed with some Kevin Love,
No,
yeah.
bro. Kevin Love was more big.
It don't matter. It don't matter. Still got some weight on him. Like, come on. But move on. You gonna move? Wait, which you move on
St.
to
John's and
St. John's
Kansas.
versus?
St. John.
Oh
Did you
yeah, the
see that?
best game. Let me
Yeah, the best game of the
the
second
best
round
game
so
of the
far.
second
St.
round. Yup.
John's and Kansas. Bro, first of all, number one, Darren Peterson, not worth the hype. There, I said it. He ain't worth the hype. This man, I don't care how many points he had. You could show me the box score. I don't care. This man, and multiple times down the stretch, was standing in the corner. He was not doing anything. And I think he a shot chucker. No matter if they go in or they not, he a shot chucker. That's number one. Number one. Number two, Rick Pitino is one of the greatest college basketball coaches ever.
Mm-hmm.
What he displayed in that game was a
Discipline.
IQ. Yeah, it was discipline because that whole team will stay disciplined throughout the whole game, even when they down, when they were up. Zuby Ejiofor was cooking Kansas, bro.
Oh yeah.
He was cooking them, bro. So that was, bro. Yeah. And then obviously it was a tight game down the stretch. Like I said, Peterson he was in the corner. He didn't really do nothing. But Dilling Darling, his only 2 points was that
That game
layup.
winner. Yep. Because what he was like 0 for 5 going in before that
Yeah,
shot, right?
yeah, and Rick Pitino
Yeah.
said he went to him. Darling went to him to draw up a play for him. That's hella confidence.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was
Mm-hmm.
fire.
That's why when they showed him on the camera after he scored, Rick Pitino was just all
Yeah.
right. Time to
S-
see y'all next
Exactly.
round.
Exactly, bro.
Like,
Cause job not finished, bro.
yeah, job not
Job
done. You
not finished.
happy? Job not done.
Exactly. And but yeah, in Kansas, they got themselves in early foul trouble, which is why um they basically let him not let him, but like they didn't really like foul him when he went driving to the paint. So yeah, but that was a good game.
Yeah, everybody couldn't keep their hands off each
Yeah,
other.
that was a good game, and Kansas. I don't know. I'm gonna get into Peterson a little bit later, but yeah,
Yeah, but like you said, close game, scrappy. Um, St. John's definitely did their thing, in my opinion. They exposed, like you said, they exposed Darren Peterson in a way to where he got to the point where he's just shot chucking
yeah.
at the at one
They were
point.
switching everything. It's crazy.
Um, but I feel like what this does, like just to touch on Darren Peterson real quick, what this does expose is like, are you number one worthy?
Exactly.
It's like we have 3, 4 dudes in this draft class that could potentially be the number one pick, and that was your game to show
Basically
out
prove it.
and
Yeah.
prove it that you're that guy. But towards the last few minutes, it did look like he was just he
Yeah.
ain't know what shot to go to
Yeah.
for like it to go for him to know like all right, I'm gonna secure this win. It's like as a guy as a person who wants to be that guy,
Hmm.
I guess you are learning because it is college, but it does get to a point where you want to know like
But when
if
when
game on the
you
line, I know what shot I'm going
exactly like
to.
when you have that attitude of like I'm him, you gotta display it in all situations.
Hmm.
Like even if he like had the ball down the stretch and he knew which shot to go to, but still missed, that would have proved him be like, okay, he knows like how to get a bucket if he wants to. Because
Yeah.
ever since high school, this dude's been saying, "Oh, I'm a certified bucket. I'm a certified bucket." All right, so why are you in one of the biggest games of your life, just standing in the corner and letting everybody else run the offense? At least to me, that's what I saw.
Nah, yeah, and then it just what really saved them was the rebounding. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, like their rebounding and defense at the end of that game, it showed up at the perfect moment towards the last 3 minutes of the game when they were down with like 62-59. I think I saw.
Yeah.
Um, I think I remember, but it does. It just I definitely think if like even with the banter, if I'm Peterson, the NBA is going to be there. Bro,
Exactly, bro. The shit gonna beat her, bro.
come back, run it back. That's not how you go out, gang.
It's
On a
an,
game
bro,
winner,
and
that's
that's
not
the
how you
thing
go
with these
out.
new athletes now. Like they so coddled and stuff like that, where it's like as soon as times get tough, they gonna go run it.
Hmm.
And it's sad because they run it to the next level thinking it's better. It
Hmm.
ain't better. There's grown men that gotta feed their families, bro.
Heavy on feed families.
Exactly,
But
bro.
to move on to one of I think the most shocking game of the March Madness tournament so far, Iowa versus Florida.
Oof.
Ooh, the former national champions of last year, man.
Dang, bro.
What a y'all still fought y'all fought a hard game, but damn, what a way to go out.
It was,
Mm-mm-mm.
bro. That team is virtually still the same, bro. Boogie Flynn, Condon, Xavier Lee. It honestly, it's kind of a disappointment. It's kind of a disappointment because they had the same team basically,
Mm-hmm.
just without Walter Clayton and Will Richard. So it's like I don't know when you look at a team like Florida, it's like what like what do you do? Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how they will lose that, but like I said, like it's March Madness,
Yeah.
things happen. I personally still don't think Iowa was the better team or is a better team. So you know, it's just a big disappointment.
Yeah, I mean, just like I think what it was is literally it just came down to whoever shots was just falling.
Yeah.
Like at that point, because both teams you could tell were doing their best to secure the win for themselves, but it just came to shots at that point. Because like we saw with Xavier Lee, bro, he was just taking good shots, tough shots.
Hmm.
His shot, like especially towards that last like 3 minutes of the game, I think he was really one that carried them on his back in term that last few minutes.
Hmm.
But it was just look, I don't even know how to describe it. It definitely gave me like definitely gave me. I guess you can't. I guess you couldn't say David versus Goliath type of game
Yeah,
because Iowa wasn't expected to win. Because I'm
yeah,
pretty sure really after they won, everybody's bracket just
bro. My shit was
collapsed.
dismantled, bro.
Like the brackets this year, this tournament fell apart fast.
Bro,
Because
so
after
fast.
the first round
I
alone,
guarantee you, nobody had High Point winning. Nobody
nobody.
had St. John's even winning, and nobody had Iowa winning. So
Yeah,
that's just right there. That's
that's
three teams.
that was a million brackets right there.
Exactly.
So, uh, but from Iowa standpoint, this definitely was a good game. You know, uh, I would say they now have a certain confidence
Yeah.
going into the Sweet 16 to now like all right, boom, we took down the reigning champs. What can we do now?
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
like yes, it was close, but we proved that we are in the tournament for a reason,
Exactly.
and it definitely just goes to show, especially through um freaking Tavion Banks, senior guard, 6'7", 6'7". Oh god, 6'7".
He a 6'7" guard though.
Yeah.
Nigga, that's forward.
So shooting guard, I would assume.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This is a game I didn't really pay too much attention to either. I was kind of like sleep.
Yeah. I mean, I watched it a little
I
bit,
watched a little bit, but
but my thing
I'm pretty
is,
sure I was. I'm pretty sure I was out
that's
when this
crazy.
game was on. Like,
But I'm not gonna lie though. Since you brought up like a 6'7" guard, the St. John's and Kansas game, right? And there was no, well, most of these games, there's no true point guard except Ron Martin. There's no true point guard. So, for example, St. John's in Kansas, the smallest dude on the floor was, I believe, is Peterson and the St. John's guard, who
mhm,
is like 6'6" or 6'5".
yep,
There's no traditional big man like center, power forward, and then point guard, shooting guard. It's just literally five guys on the floor.
yeah. Yeah. I would say that's one thing I did notice throughout some of the games I watched.
I
A
don't like
common
it.
theme I did notice, I would say, was a lot of center or like forward playmaking.
Yeah,
It was really I saw a lot of guards just coming off screens, picking and popping.
exactly.
Um, um, and if the guard did get the ball in their hands, some guards did. Some guards like the guard from Purdue who broke the all time assist record.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like outside of guys like him, a lot of the guards are now more playing off ball,
yeah.
really
But I
just
only
acting
don't like
as
it.
secondary shooters slash
Yeah,
scorers.
I don't like it because I don't. I kind of don't like how the game is being taught in a sense because we're having these guys that are we're having these 6'7", 6'8" forwards that are playing
Guard.
like yeah as a guard, but then they also play center. For instance, like Zuby Ejiofor, he's 6'8", I think, and he's St. John's big man. He plays like center or power forward or whatever. They don't really have a natural center.
Mm-hmm.
So say he wants to go, he's a senior. Say he wants to go to the NBA. His skill set won't translate because he plays
Center.
center. In the NBA, if you 6'7", 6'8",
You
even
a forward.
6'9", you're 3 or 4,
Yeah.
and that's like it's kind of annoying. So I like, do we need to like bring back like actually teaching basketball with like positions? I don't like the positionless.
Yeah.
It sets athletes up for failure.
Yeah. Alright. And then next game of the second round, that I know you want to hit on. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, UConn,
Uh,
UCLA,
yeah, UConn. Do Care Bandit.
Caravan carried. I'm not gonna
Mm-hmm.
lie, he carried.
Backpacked.
All right, not too much.
No, bro.
Not too much.
Backpacked.
Not
Bro, it
too
was
much.
what at one point, yeah, had I think 21 points and he had 15. That's backpack
Not too
game.
much, bro.
That's
We
backpack.
had
That's
Terrence
carry job.
Reed. We had Terrence
Terrence
Reed.
Reed wasn't reading plays. That's all I gotta say.
yo,
He
yo,
wasn't
he
reading
was. He
plays.
wasn't because so all right. So his great performance he had against Furman in the first round, dominating down low, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had like 30 and 20 or something like that, 30,
Yeah.
17, something like that. Anyway, he comes in to the game. They keep dishing it down low. He getting double.
Mm-hmm.
He not he can't see that where the double coming from. So
Yeah.
now he just down there battling 2-on-1. That was getting me mad because it's like, bro, at some point you got to understand, like, okay, they might send a double every time I touch the ball. Feel me? So he not passing it out. Also, nobody like say if they bring in a double from back, nobody's cutting back door. So that was another annoying one. And then Caravan, he was finally cooking. He was hitting his shots. Um, that was literally it because the fuck. That was literally it because fucking. Oh, excuse my language. Because
Mhm.
Solo Ball last year best shooter in the nation, 40 some percent. Now 38% all year.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you was gonna say 31, 32, 38. All right, that is a drop. I
Bro, he
understand,
was he was
but
like
damn, you
42 last year. How you drop?
yeah, that is a lot. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like in basketball terms, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
Think about how
I
many
mean,
shots he missed to for it to drop.
yeah,
So like he 38% this whole year. The whole game, first half, he like 0 for 5. At one point he was like 0 for 5 from 3, 0 for
yeah.
7.
I'm not gonna lie. I seen. Well, I think I seen a graphic. UCLA had like I think 5 out of 11, a lot of out of 23s or
Mm-hmm.
something, 17 threes,
Yeah.
and y'all were shooting one for like 12.
Exactly, bro.
I'm like,
Exactly.
dang, they still taking threes. Like nobody's saying run to the rack.
Exactly. Exactly. And
Because
this is
what
what gave
going
me
into the
mad.
second half, they was what 20% from three.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I'm like,
And
dang,
this was
what
getting me
happened to going
mad
to the
though.
rack, just laying that up?
That was what's getting me mad. So I watched UConn all year, right? I I saw he was missing a lot of shots since the beginning of the year.
Hmm.
I think it's because he put on muscle. He looks like bigger than last year
Yeah,
in his
I'm not gonna.
arms.
I seen the commercial. He did look.
Yeah, like he's a little Aki now, so I think he needs to like really figure out how to shoot now because when you add muscle, it like messes up your shot, your
Russell
rotation.
West. Russell
Yeah,
Westbrook, bro.
rotation, rhythm.
Giannis.
Exactly.
Like,
So I feel like he needs to do that in the off season, but also he wasn't doing anything else.
yeah,
Like
butt
he
shooting. Yeah.
he wasn't doing anything else but shooting. So that was annoying too. And then the freshman Braylon Mullins. Not gonna lie, having him in the game was a little concerning at times because he was missing too,
Hmm.
and him being on that stage as a freshman sometimes doesn't always work. So I feel like he was very nervous, anxious, and he was making bad turnovers, bad plays, dumb plays, and I ain't
Yeah,
gonna lie, I would have
five turnovers.
yeah
Yep,
5 turn
five
like I ain't gonna
turnovers.
lie, I would have sat him. I would have
Yeah,
been like,
you
get your ass
you
on
do
the
get
bench.
you do get sad for
Um,
yeah, cause Solo Ball and didn't he get hurt too?
who
Solo Ball
this year?
in the middle of the game, right? He didn't go hurt.
No, no, he
Yeah,
ain't hurt.
he just
Um,
yeah. Oh yeah, he did. Never mind.
honestly, if
I'm
if
thinking of a different game.
yeah,
Different game.
exactly. If Braylon Mullins wasn't a highly scouted high school player, he would not have been in the game. If he was a regular player that is good, he would have got out. He would have been out the game. But we pulled it out. UCLA also had their star player. He was hurt.
Hmm.
So that helped. But if Caravan plays well again, we need him to play well again. We're going to Michigan State. I got UConn in the Sweet 16 against them. So
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. When I was watching that game, right, I was I was just like trying to just enjoy the atmosphere that was present throughout the March Madness games because the March Madness games atmosphere I love it. Like it's
exactly, yeah,
bro. I wish we could have went to one of them. I'm not gonna lie,
exactly,
but I forgot who made a three. I want to say it was Mullins. If it
yeah.
wasn't, if it
Second
was,
second half, bro.
it was a three, bro. Freaking one of them go back and dap up Dan Hurley. Like I'm
Yeah,
like
yeah,
personally, if I'm on the
exactly,
other team, we gotta fight
exactly,
because no, you're
yeah,
not about
bro,
to sit here and just
yeah,
celebrate
bro,
like that. Like
yeah. That's
it's
what
the
they
middle
do,
of the game. Like no,
bro.
do
But
that after.
like having a coach like that, though, bro, that gets you like hype, like that's
That's what's funny though.
fire, bro.
I found it mad entertaining. I like
It
that
is, bro.
atmosphere and that vibe Dan Hurley
Like
provides
having
for
a
his team
coach like just
because
make you want to run through a wall, bro.
you
That's fire,
you want a coach. You want a coach to make it feel like you're an adult, but you're having and you have this responsibility to commit to a team, but you want to have fun while doing it
exactly.
and stay. And I could tell like it was a good game. They were like Dan Hurley's the type of coach that would do anything for his
Yeah.
players, and
Mullins too. You better not be in the draft. I better not see you as in the draft, bro. You're not that good. Just say it.
yeah, I thought he was
He
okay,
he not
but
that good, bro.
I didn't really he didn't stand out like
That's the thing, though. Like you're a highly scouted high school prospect. You come to UConn. One, you come to UConn. Like when you put on that jersey, you gotta think of all the NBA players that put on that jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Ray Allen, Richard Hamilton.
All right, there's more, but keep going.
But those are two that,
Yeah.
like, you know,
Scott Burrell.
exactly. Scott Burrell, like, that's 3 NBA champions right there.
Yeah, one of them played with Jordan.
Exactly. One of them carried Jordan.
Carry Jordan,
Carried
yeah.
Jordan.
Scott
So
Burrell carried Jordan.
exactly. So
His words, not
yep,
mine.
I said it.
Mm-hmm.
So you not them. You not Scott Burrell, gang. So you need to stay.
Yeah.
You know, build
Yeah,
something.
you Jordan Hawkins. Let me stop.
This nigga just
Bro, you know he averaging like 2 points a game on the Pelicans.
because he don't get playing time, bro. This nigga does not get playing time.
All right, but let's move on.
All
Let's
right,
move
bro.
on. Sweet 16 expectations.
Oh
man.
yeah, so I expect UConn to play good, play fast. Also run their offense to a T against Michigan State. Michigan. So Tom Izzo versus Dan Hurley is gonna be fire to watch. So yeah, I hope UConn pulls it out as a fan, but we never know. Then you got St. John's versus Duke. I ain't gonna lie, I'm going against St. John's. Zuby Ejiofor might be cooking Cam Boozer. I'm not gonna lie, because the experience is there. St. John, I'm a Big East fan, so Big East basketball compared to everybody else, like it's just dogs. So you know, that's what I'm looking for. Let me see what else. St. John's.
That's this Friday.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm looking at the date and I'm like, dang, it is the 25th.
Yeah.
This is time flying by,
then-
but since we on Michigan State, we might as well move to the other Michigan versus Bama. You know, Bama's been doing good. I'm not gonna lie, they've been doing good. They had a dude, I forgot. It was the last game they played. I forgot what.
Oh yeah, I got Michigan beating
It was
Bama.
a light skinned dude with the braids. Forgot his name. I should remember this roster.
Yeah, I got Michigan beating Bama. I'm not gonna lie, because Michigan. Have you watched Michigan?
Yeah, a little bit.
Bro, they play so fast and they're so big. Like,
Pause.
yeah, no gay shit.
Yeah.
Like they was running up and down that court, bro, throwing lobs with St. Louis. They was killing you.
Yeah, I forgot why. I couldn't even get that game on my computer.
Damn.
I don't know why I couldn't get it on my computer.
And then they also have the small like guards too that run the offense to a T, bro. They don't always dump it down low. They like run that, bro. They run that offense. Well.
Yeah, but yeah, talk about Bama. Bama's doing good without Aiden Holloway. Yeah, that's his name. Aiden Holloway. With him, getting suspended for the 2 pounds of weed. We honestly, in my opinion, I feel like we still let the dude play. If it's not in the system, let him play. Bro, I'm just saying, like, I understand you nepotism. Let's start using that or whatever.
They kick him out of school.
His name is value. That's what we
giving
these athletes something.
If I get kicked out of school for having 2 pounds, he should get kicked out of school for having 2 pounds. You gotta think about what message it brings to the regular kids like us.
Yeah, we ain't shit. That's what they telling us,
bro. But that's the thing. Like,
but you know how sports is nowadays. They're gonna let players get away. So it's just for him to still be out this deep into the tournament. It's like, damn, they still not gonna bring him back.
Exactly. Now that's true. But I just like, I don't like how we hold mostly these student athletes to a pedestal, bro. Like at the end of the day, they're still regular human beings like us. So we shouldn't hold them on a pedestal. If we getting kicked out for having 2 pounds of weed, they should too.
Oh, he not even light skinned. But I'm talking about Latrell Wrightsell.
Latrell.
He not even light skinned.
Latrell.
He not even. Why you laughing at his name? Why you laughing at his name? Last time I checked, Latrell Sprewell's a player. It's like, why you laughing at his name? Because his name Latrell, bro. It's because it's black. Latrell. It's because it's black. It's because it's black. All right, boom.
White chicks.
All right, that's all you thinking about. That's all you thinking about.
I know. First I thought Latrell Sprewell, then I thought of white chicks, bro. I was like, oh my god.
But boom, let's talk about that. They killed Texas Tech.
They did.
They demolished them 90-65.
They did.
My boy Latrell had 20 plus points.
Ain't nobody tell you this is an all white party.
Nah, it was an all score party for him, bro. It was an all score.
How many points he had again?
24.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Bama they play solid as a team. defensive wise, they definitely expose a lot of what Texas don't got, and that's shooting.
Yeah.
Um, and not a lot of just not a legit, no legit score at all for
Mm.
sure. Like maybe freaking what's his name? Lawan Watts. Damn, what's he? Yeah, I'm guessing how you pronounce it. Lawan Watts. I I'm not gonna lie, call like the last 5 minutes of this game, but based off what I saw, Bama was killing them. I'm not gonna lie.
It
Defensive
was.
wise, they are scary in my opinion. I think they honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they still beat Michigan because Bama's not a slow team. They're just
Yeah.
they're not as fast, but they still play in
Nah,
a
I'm
way
telling you,
where
bro.
their defense can slow a fast team down. And I think with with just some good effort, they can definitely win.
Nah, yeah, anything can happen. I'm sticking with Michigan, no matter what. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Because Michigan, what I seen, what they did was crazy work.
Hmm.
But what about this other Sweet 16 game, Arizona versus Arkansas?
Arizona first. Oh, you mean Cole Pete and them?
Co-
You mean
no, I
Cole
mean
Pete and them?
Darius A Cup.
No, no, no. You mean Cole Pete and them?
No, Darius A Cup. Darius A Cup.
You mean Cole Pete and them? That's what you mean.
Stephon Marbury little brother,
Stephon.
because he's Stephon Marbury for sure.
He play
Um,
like Stephon,
he
bro.
do play like Stephon, bro. Baggy shorts and everything,
Baggy.
cornrows, bro. He AI and Stephon Marbury, but his body type is Stephon Marbury for sure.
But all right, bro. You mean Cole Pete and them though? That's what you talking
I mean
about.
Bryce James.
Bryce, I don't want to.
Bryce James.
Bryce James, I don't want to
Bryce
hear
James
his.
is in the Sweet 16. LeBron ain't never been to an NCAA tournament. I'm just saying. Bryce James in the Sweet 16 right now.
I hate you. I hate you, bro.
Bro,
I hate you so much.
Brian,
Bron, yeah, but Bron, how many finals Bron been to, and how many finals Bryce been to? All right,
bro, what
all
that?
right,
It don't
all
matter,
right,
bro.
all right. Thank you very
Right,
much.
but what if Bryce
But
James win a national championship? That's more than Braun
nigga, no
and
one,
Bronny
bro. Bryce sit
and
the
Bron.
whole time.
If, if Bryce win the national championship, he could honestly say he better than his brother and his dad.
All right, I got Arizona winning. We get this time crunch. Let's move on. Let's
I got Arkansas though, but
boom. Let's
yeah,
move on. All right, boom. Fight for the potential #1 draft pick. AJ DeBansa, Darren Peterson, and Cam Boozer.
you know who
I'm
I,
not gonna lie.
you
This March Madness has exposed
all of them,
all of them,
all of them.
yes, but not as much as AJ and Darren Peterson.
Mm.
In my opinion, I feel like if I'm a team, like if I'm the Jazz, personally, I'm picking up Cam Boozer, and then I'm letting marketing go.
But why? But why though? Because they already got them three big men. They traded for Jaren Jackson. Market. Oh, they got marketing and somebody
Like I
else.
said, get rid of marketing.
But
Marketing
still,
needs to be on a team that contend, not a rebuilding
that is
franchise.
true.
Just
And
like
neither,
Jaren
yeah, I
Jackson.
don't know why
I
he
don't know
traded.
what like the fact that they even traded for him is still pisses me off to this day.
Hey
But
man,
I'm picking Cam Boozer because I feel like mentality wise, type wise, he's a safer pick. And then you know what you're getting out of him. Yeah, you know what you're like. Scoring is what you're getting out of AJ and Darren Peterson. But it's like, what else can I get? Like, yeah, AJ, he's a taller, lankier dude, so he can get a rebound, he can get some steals.
facts.
But it's like mentality wise, I don't trust him to make the mature decision his first season in his career.
Mm.
It's like, all right, you're expecting to make mistakes as a rookie, but it's like I
But it's a
feel
difference though. You can make mistakes, but if you are not mature and you make mistakes, that's a problem.
yeah. And with this NBA season so far, you don't know who's going to get the #1 pick. In my opinion, if it's Indiana, they go for Cam Boozer. They need a guard. They need a big that can replace Miles Turner. And in my opinion, Siakam need to get up out of there.
Why you
I,
not?
I don't I don't I just I don't like him. I just
Why,
don't like
bro?
his game. I
They
like
got
ever
Zubac, yo.
since 2019.
His
Like yes,
game,
he outdid himself last year going to the finals, but you can see you based off the record now, you can see why Tyrese is that guy for that
I
team and
guess.
why it's not Siakam. I was still mad as hell. He's an
Siakam
all
was.
star. Like
He
that
was.
was
Oh yeah, he
yes,
was. I
bro.
ain't gonna lie. He was only an all star because they didn't have nobody else to pick.
Yes, like come on, and like with Darren, with like with AJ and Darren, like they're an obvious like example of why offense is so much more valued than defense. And that's what Cam brings. He brings defense, he brings rebounding, he brings a little bit of scoring. He got a little bit of playmaking in his game, but it's not for him. But you could tell like if he had to make a little play like a Tim Duncan, he's going to. Like I'm not comparing him to Timmy, but as a big who going to go for a quick little five assists, go ahead. You know? Um and just like I said, winning. I don't think AJ and Darren want to win. I think they're giving that Gilbert Arenas mentality.
Yeah,
They want to be the main guy on terrible teams and they want
just
to
so they
make all the
could.
money.
Yeah,
But in terms of winning,
they're
I don't
not
see
winning
that
yet.
for their
Yeah,
future.
exactly.
And this would definitely will prove my point if they both declare for the draft. And it's like you both didn't really do much. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, regular season wise, you did. You both had good seasons, but like the tournament was the time to really
Show like,
show who you
and
are
it's
and why
crazy
you
because
are that
like I
dog.
said, Darius Acup is showing he a dog. Um, Cam Boozer, he's showing he a dog a little bit, even though needs to be more aggressive. They're just not showing it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, and a lot of people could say it's because Cam's playing with his brother, but he play. He feels like I feel like he plays well with everybody else on that team. Like the
I don't know how I
chemistry
feel about that.
in Duke looks more in the system in Duke. Yes, it's been challenged like the Siena game, but you can see why they're still in the tournament and not
Yeah,
Banta and
yeah. Just imagine
Peterson.
if the freshman at UConn at Duke stayed. Cooper Flag, Nipple, mixed in with the Boozers.
Yeah, I seen that graphic the other day. That would have been a nasty.
Bro,
That would have
and
been a
this
nasty
that gets
team.
me so mad, bro. Like all those guys, if they didn't leave freshman year, they could have had such a deep and nasty team this year, bro. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
but I definitely feel like all three dudes should just do an extra year. Like push that narrative, bring back the narrative. Oh, it's not a bad idea to stay in college for one more season or two more
Exactly.
seasons. Because
It doesn't
I,
hurt to learn, you know.
yeah, it doesn't. Like, yes, we have a lot of good examples of one and duns especially these past like 5 years in the NBA with Cade, with Ant Edwards, with Coop.
Mm,
But at the end of the day, the league's still gonna be there, and I feel like taking the extra year to define your game isn't bad. Especially like we've seen so many cases where we're gonna end up with a Zachary Ricochet, yes, but it's like, hey, the league gonna be there.
nah, for real.
Not every That's another thing with basketball fans and with NBA fans. Not every draft class has to be historical. Not
Exactly.
every
Yeah,
draft
everybody's trying
class
to make it
needs
seem like,
like
oh, this the best class since 2003. This the best class since '96.
mm-hmm.
I really don't care no more. Like I don't care after Zion and Ja and seeing what they did, a big disappointment. I don't care about who comes out if you come out in your first year or not. Like
Yeah, it's like not every draft class is gonna be 96. Like we're hyping up the draft class because it's saying, oh, it's gonna be historic. Personally, I think it's gonna be just like the Zion draft. You got
exactly.
three big names, yes. But out of all of them, I see Cam having a better career.
No, for
I
sure.
see Darren Peterson and AJ not really like. I'm not saying they're not going to do anything. I'm not saying they won't mature, but just based off the mentality now, they're definitely going to have a hard first 2 or 3 seasons.
No, for sure.
And I can see Cam, like I really would love out of all the teams in the NBA, I would love Cam to really go to the Pacers because he fits that vibe. He brings on so much more, and then say like they do let Siakam go after the season. They honestly, I mean, I feel like even if they do decide to keep him, Cam's gonna come good off the bench. Not every number one pick needs to be a starter
Exactly, and that's the
instantly.
problem. They want every like high pick to start right away. It's like, bro, no. Whatever happened to guys earning their spot? Like, think about all the guys like Isaiah Thomas and all these guys that drafted second round, late first round, and had to earn their keep in the league. That's the problem with the NBA nowadays. It's like we hype up these 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds so much, and we don't let them earn anything. Like everything's given to them. and it needs to change. Like, so, for instance, say me personally, I want all these guys to stay and build something.
Hmm.
Right, that's number one. Think about if every draft is, or think about if a draft if like three draft classes are, lackluster to say the
Hmm.
least. That will push the NBA to actually, and push these GMs and scouts to actually draft like diamonds in the rough,
Yeah,
basically, like guys that you know want to play ball instead of just names. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah, and then like another thing, I heard Darren Peterson was dealing with an injury all year, and if you're dealing with an
I don't
injury,
know how I feel about that.
why why boom move on to the NBA? It's like why not give your sophomore year in college a
Exactly.
fully healthy version of you, and then maybe next year the team could go
Exactly.
deeper in the March Madness tournament,
And
and then your percentages can go up, your
mhm.
scoring wise, you get smarter, you get faster, you get quicker. Like
And this
you
is
know
this
why
is another
rush it?
reason why I'm not high on him, because number one, you're dealing with an injury all year. What makes you think the NBA is better for that, for you, if you're dealing with injury? When you want to stay in school where you get full ride scholarship and you get paid NIL,
Hmm.
everything free. You eat for free, you work out for free. Why would you go to the NBA where you gotta do all that stuff yourself? Like, that's a little idiotic on his part. And then the injury itself.
With his draft stock could go down
Yeah,
too.
exactly. And I think his draft stock already went down. They've been talking on First Take about it. Um, how GMs are, like, how they feel about it, but the injury itself, it's kind of the same thing what Paulo had, where he was getting cramps or whatever. Um, that's goofy to me, only because, like, to stop cramps, all you have to do is hydrate, basically. Like,
Drink
drink.
pickle juice.
Yeah, drink. Like, there's so many ways to get rid of these stuff, this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Drink water, make sure you're hydrated, got all your nutrients, vitamins, all this stuff. I mean, like,
I
you
mean,
dealt with
yeah,
injuries.
I dealt with injuries,
Like,
and but we're not gonna bring up our high school,
yeah, I mean,
because you know how the people get like, oh, here these dudes
yeah,
go,
no, I'm just saying, but
but
that's what
like,
I'm saying.
yeah,
Like,
we were
you
athletes, we know like what like
exactly,
even though the level of of competition is different. As an athlete, whether from first grade all the way up until
exactly.
college, all the way up into the pros,
Even like,
you are taught how to deal with cramps and like certain injuries
exactly,
won't won't rest you or put
exactly.
you out, but like it's something that's tolerable. Like
Exactly. And and that's what's annoying, because these are not athletes now, they're not really getting injuries that's like detrimental. They're getting nagging, like, cramps and stuff like that. Where it's like, come on, bro.
that's
Like,
because the game got faster, yo. Like you
the
see
game
that
got
you see
faster, but the athletes got
the
soft.
increase in lower leg injuries.
Yeah, the game got fast, but athletes got soft though. Think about it. Russell
Mhm.
Westbrook, he trains his body, lifts weight. Like, athletes aren't lifting weights either. They're doing a lot of soft tissue stuff like that. Russell Westbrook lifts weights. He ain't had a lower leg injury. The only time
Besides the
yeah,
one,
where Pat Bev ran into him.
yeah,
But other than
Rance,
that, like,
he still played the rest of that game too.
yeah, exactly. That's why it was worse than what it was, because he kept playing on it. But yeah, I mean, that's just how I feel about these three guys. I mean, my favorite is Cam, obviously, but Peterson, like I said, I'm not high on him. The Bansa,
Yeah,
they both should stay.
yeah.
And Peterson, like you said, like, his attitude is just not there. So
Yeah. Just if I were to project where all these dudes were to go, I want, in my opinion, I feel like based on whoever were to get the number one pick, in my opinion, it should be Indiana because they have the worst record in the league, and then I'm not gonna lie, losing Tyrese, I feel like the NBA, if it is rigged, the NBA should give them a number one pick and
yeah,
give it and have that pick be Cam because his game was more. I feel like will fit the best with Tyrese, and if you're comparing him to Taj Gibson to Kevin Love, that means he has a tight. That means he has the potential to be a solid, a slightly above average starter, which is still good,
hmm,
or an all star.
exactly.
And it's like if you compare him to Kevin Love, he definitely has the hype. Like
He
scoring
does.
wise, he's not as versatile, of course,
Nah,
but
I feel like he needs to get a shot right too,
yeah, in my
because
opinion,
he
I was
could
watching
shoot,
him.
but
He needs a hook shot. That's what he
yeah, that
needs.
too, that
He
too.
needs a post fade because
He does.
with his size, a hook shot, bro. That's
Nah, yeah,
that's
and
lethal.
and that's what I'm saying. Like, he could, Bulls could shoot the outside ball, but it's not really consistent, and
Yeah.
he needs to like find that good form because his
Hmm.
form is a little wonky. So if he really like gets in the gym with lethal shooter, he could be lethal from
Yeah,
like mid
and in
range,
my
three
opinion,
point,
he need to work
like
out.
Kevin Love.
He need to work out with Timmy D. He
Mm-hmm.
need to hit up Dirk. Like if
Yep.
you're saying all right, boom, after this tournament, if you're saying boom, I'm done. I'm going to the draft. Boom, link up with NBA legends like a KG, like a Timmy D, who had great mid range under the
Mm-hmm.
basket paint games,
Shit, even
and
Melo, because I think what Cam Boozer 6'9", right?
yeah,
Exactly.
6'9", 6'10".
Melo 6'7", 6'8". So that like you can even work with him.
Yeah, like just work out with dudes like
Transfer to
this.
Syracuse.
No.
Why
And
not?
then I feel like Cam is the consensus number one pick. Darren Peterson, I definitely think he'll be picked ahead of the Banta, in my opinion. Um,
Hey, my advice to
I
them:
I'll
go to the
definitely see
draft
him going
September.
second, third. Depending on we do need to see how the pre-draft workouts and stuff
Yeah,
go. AJ, I won't be surprised if he dropped down to 8,
I'm
9,
not gonna
10.
lie. What
Because
he said in the locker room, like about his mom, like it's my mom's what do you say?
he says his mom's decision.
Yeah, his mom's decision. I ain't gonna lie. If I was a GM, I would have definitely like his stock probably would have plummeted. Only because it's not. I don't care. Like I'm glad he has a relationship with his mom, but like
Yeah,
my thing is you gotta you gotta start making those grown up decisions,
yeah,
and that's what these GMs look for. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
Like I was saying, the Gilbert Arenas mentality. Like Gilbert Arenas said, his skill would have made him a top 5 pick, but the mentality and his work ethic is what got him put to well, not work ethic, just really his mentality, his behavior is what got him put into the second round. And it's like, in my opinion, AJ, based off just going to BYU for the most money, that goes to show like
hmm
some franchises who actually need to be rebuilt and need a second star in Utah. 'Cause I heard them thinking they're thinking about pairing him up with Ace Bailey and them down in
you
Utah.
could, but I
So
think
it's
they're
like
gonna
if you
get.
pair him up with them, it's like, yo, we already got a team system. You could
hmm
be that second, third guy,
Yeah,
or if you want to be that first guy, you gotta earn it. And it's
exactly.
like if you're not willing to put in that work, we know based off your history, you
hmm
will leave us for a for a bigger
Exactly.
contract.
Same thing with Peterson. Same thing. Like same thing with Peterson. It's almost like, all right, we're gonna draft you. We want you to. We want you to be.
Yeah,
Oh, what was I saying?
yeah. Just let's just wrap it
Oh
up.
yeah. So real quick with Peterson, it's the same mentality with Peterson. So So yeah.
Yeah, but let us know what y'all think of these guys. How y'all feel about them?
Um.
Enjoy the rest of the March Madness tournament. We
Yeah.
want to hear who y'all got winning. I say Arizona or freaking UConn. I know he got UConn all the
Yes,
way.
sir.
So until next time,
Like,
catch y'all
comment,
later.
subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.